So if you are doing an open house, this is what you're going to be printing out. And so let's go. I just had a search actually. All right, so let's say that you are hosting an open house for this property right here. And this is the property that you are doing an open house for. So you want print customer synopsis. And what that looks like is just a picture of the property. And you want to make sure that you have your header. So let me close. So you have header and footer, meaning that's going to have your information on this piece of paper.
Right. Okay.
Print customer synopsis, just preview before you print. And this has all the information that a buyer would want to know. And also like the sizes of the bedrooms, appliances, pool features, HOA. So this is just a one pager. And so I will print, depending on how new the house is, I will print several. Like there's probably 20 plus here right now. And if there's a second page, I will print on the back too. So one, I'm saving resources and just making it a lot easier for someone just to take, right? So this is one thing that I bring every single open house. Second is you need to get in touch. I'll get you in touch with First American Title if you haven't already. Fantastic company. They have multiple locations. It's a title company, but they provide these feedback sheets where instead of being like, hey, can you please sign in? And it's just like your typical real estate agent. They can put their opinion, and we know everybody likes to put their opinion, right? So on the front page, it says feedback. And I ask them, I say, hey, would you mind filling this out, giving me some feedback that I can present to the seller? They're like, oh, you want my opinion? No problem. So hopefully they'll put in their information in their email address or their phone number. If they do that, that means they want you to call them. And you should, after every single open house, you should call them and say, hey, just wanted to get some of your feedback. Are you considering placing an offer on this property? It was great meeting you. Should I keep in touch with you if any other properties on this street come available? You know, and you can even say, look, I've been in touch with some of these sellers and there are some others considering selling, or there's a coming soon property. Would you like to be added on the list to notify you once that becomes available? And they'll say yes or no. But the whole point is to utilize these contacts and continuously follow up with them. So you will fill this out. They will fill this out and then you're going to put it into your KVCore.
Okay. On
the back page, it says basically rate the living room 1 to 5, like blah, blah, blah. Which is good because if they do give you your honest opinion, then you can even hand this over to the sellers, which they absolutely love. Another thing I bring is business cards. And so if I'm doing an open house for somebody, I will also make sure their business cards are there too. Or if somebody's doing a business card or an open house for me, I make sure my stuff is there as well as them because I want to promote them for the time that they're putting in, trying to help me sell my listing, right? So there's no problem with bringing as much things as you want to promote your open house. Something else I bring, and this was an investment, is that agent on duty sign. So I will bring that out, put it in the front yard. I have all types of open house signs, and I use signs on the cheap. I get 10 of them, double-sided, because you never know what side of the street you're going to be in, but that way you have that taken care of as well. And so I will show up 30 to 45 minutes, depending on the surroundings of that area, to set up signs and to set up the open house before it actually opens. So you want to show up at least like 40 minutes, 30 minutes in advance. And you know, you want to place the signs that are going to be seen, right? And sometimes, depending on the price of the house, I will go to Dollar General or and get helium balloons and tie that to the open house sign as well. It just is another like, ooh, look at me, you know?
Right.
And then I will also print out a sign that says, welcome home, come on in. Because if there's like a lock or the door's shut, especially in today, it's so hot outside, I'm not keeping that door open. They need to know, like, come on in, you're welcome. So those are two things. And so in EXP Enterprise, you can actually get that welcome home sign and it's already printed out. You just have to put your information on it and you're good to go.
Oh, okay, good.
So I'll show you where to get that. And then also sometimes I will print out, like I will go back to the MLS and I'll print out like within a 2-mile radius of homes available. And so like if someone's coming in and they're like, yeah, we're just looking in the area. Well, here, take this printout. If you like any of these homes, let me know. We can schedule a private tour. I'll get you inside. And that way you're kind of building a relationship. You know, Ideally,
like
you know,
that
you want
one.
to be able to sit down with them and have like a buyer's consultation pretty much, to be like, you know, what are your goals? Because you want them to work with you exclusively. But when they're showing up at an open house, they don't know you, but you're still trying to build that relationship. Show up, show them a house. And then once they actually want to go under contract, or they start talking about, yes, I would like to work with you, that's when you're going to bring up the exclusive buyer agreement saying, all right, well, if I'm saying yes to you, then I need to know that you're working with me. Sign here.
Yep.
And that is actually in the module 5, where the buyer's placing an offer, buyer consultation, all of that is on the video, as well as the step-by-step process.
Okay.
But back to little detour, back to the marketing center and the EXP enterprise. There are all types of information. So like postcards, social media stuff, curated collections, which is the thing that I use the most.
Yeah, I've used some of the letters, postcards.
Yeah, and so for open house, I will do, like if it's a team branding, like if it was you and Janice doing the open house, I would do team branding. That way you can have her picture and your picture. Ask her for some of the photos to use so you can start promoting the open house. And then you just save this as a PDF. Well, it saves as a PDF, but then you have to convert it into a PNG to be able to upload it to Facebook. Which once you do that, yeah, so this right here is like a PNG. It's like a PDF. I'm sorry, this is a PDF. And so you would go to File, Export to, and then you would do Image, and you would do JPEG or a PNG, whichever. And that's how you'll get to that, and it'll automatically convert it into a photo. And so then you will take that and you'll upload it onto your Facebook stories, your Instagram stories, Google business page, LinkedIn page, whatever you want to promote your stuff. That's the way you would do that.
All right.
Consumer facing content, I think, is the one. Yeah, so if I was to have a buyer presentation, I would be printing out this home buying roadmap, which is just like a step-by-step process. Some people may own a house and then they're like, well, I've never sold a house. This is my first purchase. You know, what does that process look like? So I would provide that. Anytime I have a buyer's presentation or even a seller appointment, listing appointment, I will always have one of these things printed out with my vendor list, as well as comps for that house. But here, it's a bunch of other stuff that you could be using. There's one in here for open houses. Let's go back.
Open house resources.
Yeah, see, 4 eyes are better than 2. All right, so this is the one that I use. It's an EXP Realty, and it just says, welcome, explore, imagine. And then that just way I tape it to the door and let them know that they can come in. You can also have this one too. Welcome to our open house. But that way you're not constantly, like sometimes one of my open houses, the door automatically locks if it's not being messed with. So that was kind of like, please knock, and like also don't ring the Ring doorbell. Just knock, because each time you ring it, the seller is getting notified, and then the seller's telling you to stop. And then you have the seller stalking, and then it's just like, okay. So I will cover the Ring doorbell for privacy reasons, and then just say, please knock, you know, things like that. So I have a bag that I bring with me. It has tape, it has string, it has scissors, it has glue, it has anything that I can, it's like my Mary Poppins purse. Anything that you can think that you may need, put it in there, because you're at an open house, you can't run away to go pick up something that you may need. So something that I just kind of do, bring some highlighters, some pins, like I bring some contracts, because if somebody wants to place an offer on the house, I want to be prepared. And then the contracts that you will bring is in the buyer consultation module. It'll show you exactly what you need to bring for that property. For a condo,
so in my modules, I'm missing module 3.
Yeah, module 3 needs to be updated, and I was going to do that one is finding your why and getting closer to your purpose, which I think is extremely powerful for us to have that mindset and to do those exercises, especially when we're organizing and creating our business. But the video I had on there is crap. It is. So I need to update the video, and I actually want to do a lesson around that for all of us. So I will send that once it's updated.
All right.
So also for open house, I will bring little treats. I will bring water bottles. If it's a really fancy house, sometimes I used to bring like champagne, but I don't really do that anymore because people will be getting drunk, and that's not my responsibility. So,
And not in the heat. Yeah.
you know,
I don't even know what this place, I know it's a condo, but I'm going to ride over there today just to see what it is. I know there's 3 other open houses going on in the same place. So,
which is great because then you can also say, hey, you know, I just want to let you know we're doing an open house this weekend at this time. I noticed you were as well. I just wanted to, you know, introduce myself and also let you know that I'm going to have, if you want to drop off some information on that house, I can at least have people that stop by ours go see yours as well. And that way you're building a relationship. You could potentially attract them to EXP, but you're going to be sharing the buyers, like they're going to be viewing back and forth. And yes, ideally you don't want to send them off to go look at another house, but if your house is, your whole point is to add value in other people's life. So whether they like that house that you're hosting, then they'll put an offer on it. If they don't, then they're going to go to someone else. And then that woman is going to be appreciative, or man will be appreciative of you. So it's all about relationship building and adding value.
yep.
And then, so once you have this property and it's active, it's been active for over 24 hours or at least 30 minutes, you can go over to KVCore and create your squeeze page. And so I have some YouTube videos that I've already shared with you, but I'll also put it,
Yep.
you know, but you're going to go to lead engine, build squeeze page, single property. The listing ID is the MLS. So you'll paste in the MLS. That is the address. You make sure you click the address. I will put whatever source it's going to. So Facebook or social media. Hashtags. So this would be buyers. Oops. You got to push enter after you push buyers. It's not separated by a comma. You would put Tampa buyers. And then maybe you'll put like Carrollwood. So then you can be really target specific if you want to send like, hey, got a new listing and you're looking at buyers that were interested in Carrollwood, or all your buyers, whatever it may be. So then you can change it to where it will basically, you know how like when you're on those websites and then a pop-up comes on, it says, you want more information? Put your, you know, yeah, it's so annoying.
It is.
But it works. And so you can say immediately, or you can say default by 2. So they'll look at 2 properties before they actually have to put information in. To start off, I would put immediately because you want these leads, right? And so then after that, you'll say generate link. I always get the short link. And then you can use that to paste into your social media, just saying, what I will do is I will actually have photos from that house and I will upload 3 or 4 because you want them to actually look for the more of the pictures in the link that you're providing. And so this link looks like this in Facebook.
Okay. Has the HTTP.
Usually it'll come up with a little picture. And I'll say opt in. I can type opt in for more details. And I'll upload like 3 pictures of the property, maybe like, you know, I'll put a star, 3-bedroom, star, 2-bathroom, star, pool, star, freshly upgraded in the kitchen, like neighborhood has a pool, whatever it may be. Just like some information about the house and then the link. And then I always will add my contact information, whether it's at the top or the bottom, because you want them to be easily to be able to call you if they have more information.
Yep.
Now, let's see what this looks like. And this will just direct them to your website, which is great because once they start clicking on your website, it goes into your KVCore, and then you have all your leads. All right, well, usually it pastes the website, but I don't know what happened there. See, log in for full access, and then I'd have to continue with Facebook or whatever it may be, and then I can see the properties. So annoying, but it works. And that way you can at least start calling your leads. You can send them mass text messages. You can send them an email. You can even video them. There's a lot to do within KVCore.
There is.
Oh, yeah.
There is.
And I think the most valuable thing with KVCore is just managing your contacts and using the squeeze pages, because that's where you're going to get more leads. And when I first joined EXP, I was like, what, $85 for a tech fee? Oh my God, I don't know if I'm gonna go afford that. Well, you think about it, like, how much would you pay for a lead? You're gonna pay more than $85, right? And so this lead is unlimited. It's just up to us how much we utilize it and how much we take advantage of it. So like when we have a new listing in our group, you take that listing and you promote it. I know. And so you're getting more leads. You're looking like you're a busy real estate agent. You're doing these open houses. You're doing these live videos, and that's just going to start attracting more work for you.
I hope.
So those are the only two things I would really focus on. Like, don't get too overwhelmed by like all of like, oh, I need to do this, need to do that. First, just focus on, all right, your open house. What do you need for your open house? How can you add value? And then two is utilizing KVCore. So using this open house to generate the squeeze pages with KVCore, promoting it on all types of Facebook groups, in our EXP group, saying, please share open houses this weekend. And those are the two things that are going to help you get closer to the dollar. And you had another question.
Put in, go ahead.
You said you had another question about KVCore. Is it how to add a contact?
Oh, well, no, I think you answered that for me. But you can put in like groups.
Yeah, so once I shared it on my Facebook page, it asked me if I wanted to share it on different groups that I'm involved in.
Okay.
And so then you just start clicking and saying, yeah, I want it in these groups. Interesting. So I guess I didn't use KVCore on that one. I just used the 3D tour in my video. Anyways, in my YouTube video trainings thing, you'll see that.
Yeah, I'm gonna master this first.
So when I first started, I was spending almost too much time in KVCore where it was preventing me from being productive, to where I was like, okay, like, yes, I can call these people, but like, they were just literally checking for information, or maybe they're not interested right now, or maybe whatever, maybe they can't be approved. So the name of the game is to stay following up with them, but also your dashboard will tell you who needs to be called. So today's calls are 10 people. So you would call those people, any tasks that you've created for those people. And then if you wanted to add one of your contacts, like your database or something, into the KVCore, you do that by, there's a button. Oh, wait, add contact is blocking it. So then you would just put it in there.
Okay.
And then you are able to email them and say, hey, I have a mass list. Can I send it to you to upload it? And they'll tell you, here's a template to use, and they'll do it that way.
So you can't have a mass list from somewhere else and
yeah, it just has to be used on their template, and then you have to ask them, I think, to upload it. I don't know if they've changed it, but you just go to help and ask. Like right here, you would just type and say, hey, how would I do a mass import? And then they'll help you through that.
All right. I appreciate your help.
You're welcome. So
and I hope the open house goes well.
Oh, well, so if you want to even take it a step further, is you can door knock the day before, or even the morning before your open house. Day before is usually better. And just say, hey, I just wanted to give you some information about an open house that we're going to have next door in case you have any friends or family that are wanting to move close to you. And, and then just say, you always want to follow up with a question, right? Because you want, like, do you know anybody that is thinking of moving or interested in a property over here? I'm having an open house on this Saturday and Sunday. Feel free to stop on by. I'm going to have some cookies. And especially if they have kids, just like stop on by, let your kids have some cookies. Even if you're not interested in buying, just stop by and keep me company. Just say hello. I always say certain things like that. Or like if somebody shows up and they're like, if it's kind of like a slow day, I'll be like, thanks for showing up and keeping me company. And then they kind of like laugh, It's all about the relationship building.
Yeah, I agree. All right.
You're
Well,
gonna
thank
do
you.
good. So let me know
All
once you
right.
post it so I can share your open house stuff. Okay.
Okay. What'd you say? Let you know what? The
Let
address?
me know once you post the open house stuff and I'll share it.
Oh, okay. And if I have trouble, I'll call you for help.
Yeah.
I'm horrible on the computer. You're gonna get better.
Oh, you are gonna get better. You already are getting better. See, you got on Zoom.
Yeah. I got on Zoom. I got on KVCore.
You
There's
Facebooked
people
me.
on there.